Today let's understand who is client. Okay, we got to understand what is SAP and how SAP works. So now we'll understand who is client. Okay, so in SAP ERP, the client is the topmost level in the system hierarchy. Okay, who is the client? Client is the topmost level. He will be in the topmost level in system hierarchy. It serves as a self-contained unit with its own set of master records, tables, and user credentials. Okay, for every client, the number is different. Okay, we'll see that independent unit. Client is an independent unit. When we say as independent unit, own master data and configurations. Clients have their own master data and configurations. A client in SAP acts like separate system. Okay, within that SAP, he acts like a separate system within this SAP environment. Each client has its own master data, transactional data, and customized settings. Okay, these are different for each client. Each client has its own master data, transactional data, and customized settings. Whatever you configure, like creating company codes, assigning fiscal year variants, etc., whatever the configurations you do is specific to that client only. Okay, if we'll see with the examples, if ABC Finance uses client 100 in their SAP system and XYJ Pharma use client 200. Okay, ABC chart of accounts, currency, fiscal year, company codes are different from XYZ because they are using different client numbers. Client 100 has their own data, client 200 will have their own data. Data or settings in client 100 will not affect client 200 at all because they are using different data. It won't affect at all even though they are using the same SAP server. Even if both companies use the same server, their SAP data will remain isolated and secure. Even though if both the companies use the same server, their SAP data will remain isolated and secure. Data sharing across company codes. Data sharing across company codes within the same client. Okay, data created at the client level is accessible to all company codes within the client. If two company codes are in the same client, they can share data created at client level. Okay, two company codes are in the same client. Client 100 having two company codes. So those two company codes can share data created at the client level because their client is same. See, we'll understand better with the example. Let's say both company codes 1001 and the company code 1002 belong to the same group, ABC group, and are in the client 100. Okay, they belong to the same group and they are in the client 100. So you create a vendor master. Okay, when you create a vendor master at the client level, now both the company codes can use the same vendor in their transactions. No need to create it separately for each company code. Why? Because they are using the same client. They belong to the same group and they are in the same client. So you don't need to create separately for each company code. This saves time and avoid errors. Okay, and avoid redundancy. Avoids redundancy. Since master data is created once at the client level, there is no need to duplicate it for each company code. Okay, you don't have to create the same master data multiple times for each company code. We'll see with examples. You create customer master data 6001 in Reliance Retail in client 100. This customer is a partner for both Hyderabad and Mumbai branches. Okay, you created one customer and that customer is a partner for both companies in the Hyderabad and Mumbai branches. For the both company codes, he is the customer. You don't need to enter all their details again and again. Okay, you don't need to enter all their details like their address, GSTIN. You don't need to enter all their details again and again. Just once, that is enough. SAP uses the same records across both codes. SAP use the same record across both codes. This saves storage space and effort because you are not creating the data again and again. You are using the data which is in your client 100, that is you are using. So it saves storage space and efforts. And fourth one is unique login. Unique login. Each client has a distinct login key and users must select the correct client to access and work in the system. Each SAP client has a unique login ID. Okay, it's like a key and users must log into the correct client to work. When log into SAP, users must choose a client number like client 100, 200 or 300. Based on the client they select, they access the client's specific data and configurations. Okay, whatever they selected based on the client, if they select client 100, 200 or 300, whatever they select based on the client, they access that client's specific data and configurations. Okay, so this is about the client. Now we'll understand, okay, we understand about the client. Now how this implementation happens, okay, who implements SAP for them? Who implements SAP? SAP is not installed like a regular software. Okay, we cannot install SAP like a regular software. It needs implementation experts. Okay, it needs to be implemented by experts. Each company, ABC and XYZ for instance, each company will hire SAP implementation partners or SAP consultants to do the job. Okay, each company will hire SAP implementation partners or SAP consultants to do this job. That could be SAP partners like Infosys, Deloitte, or Accenture. They can hire these companies, or if their organization is small, then they can hire freelancers or internal IT teams. Okay, for small businesses. And once they hire, what the consultants will do? Okay, once they hire these companies, what the consultant will do? Consultant will understand company's business process. Okay, company consultants will understand the company's business process, customize SAP according to their needs. Once he understands the business process, then we do the configurations or customizations according to their needs. Configure all SAP modules. What are the SAP modules they are asking? Will configured by SAP functional consultants. Test and setup. Will test the setup. What are the configurations have done? They test the setup, train users, then go live with the system. This is the general flow. Now, who gives the data? Okay, who gives the data? The company itself will provide all business data because the company is hired you. Okay, company is hired you, then the company will provide the business data like chart of accounts, vendor and customer master data, inventory records, bank accounts, employee master data, opening balances and trial balances. These are the, they will provide these details. The business will provide, client will provide. The SAP team will then upload this data into the system using tools like LSNW, LTMC, BAPI. Okay, then the using these tools, then they will upload the data into the system. Okay, so which server is used? Which server is used? Where is SAP installed? There are two options for this. One is on-premises server and one is cloud server. Okay, in on-premises server, SAP is installed on the company's own server. Okay, SAP is installed on the company's own server, physically in their office. Okay, for this requires IT staff to maintain it. It may costly. Okay, used by large companies because it's cost effective. So it will used by large companies because they need a specific IT staff to maintain the server. That's why it's a bit costly. And second option is cloud server. Cloud server is very common now. SAP is installed on cloud servers. Examples: Amazon AWS, Microsoft Azure, or SAP's own cloud. SAP is installed on cloud servers. Easy to maintain, secure and scalable. It is easy and secure. Consultants or SAP support team will set it up and manage it remotely. We'll see some examples here. Let's say ABC Finance hires you as a junior SAP FICO consultant. Okay, ABC Finance hire you as a junior SAP FICO consultant. So what you will do, how the project works, let's get to know. You and the SAP team ABC to understand their business structure. So you will run a kickoff meeting, project kickoff, we say that. Then blueprint stage, you ask them for company details, departments, accounts, list, vendors, customers. Then configuration stage, you create company code, set up GL, general ledgers, account payables, accounts receivables, tax codes, data migration. ABC gives Excel sheets with vendor details, balances, etc. Okay, you use LSMW or LTMC to upload it. That by using that you will migrate the data. Then testing and training, you run mock transactions like F50, F-02 or F-43 to see whether all the configurations are working correctly or not. Then you will train the users. Later on it will go live. ABC starts using the system daily. Okay, so meanwhile the XYZ pharma might have completely different setup. Okay, have completely different SAP team and completely having different setup to do all these steps independently, because that is the different client and it is different client. Even within the same server, these are different clients. For that reason the setups may be different. Okay, so this is about client. See here I have given some, you know, have added a picture to understand how can a company code assign to multiple business areas. Okay, you can go through this later, and tomorrow we'll discuss about the organizational structure. I hope you understand this. Thank you.